This is the moment you've waited for.
The things I do for the city I love. So, that was awesome. That was beautiful. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. 'Cause everything you want is right in front of you. And you see the impossible is coming true. And the walls can't stop us now. Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you to our ringmaster, our fearless leader, our city manager, Mr. Roy Rodriguez. My name is Yahaira Flores. I'm the director of the McAllen Performing Arts Center. We're excited to announce that the performing arts are back and are better than ever. And we are excited to welcome you to our stage once again. Now to officially introduce everyone and to MC the show, I'd like to bring up Ms. Xochitl Mora, Director of Public Information. Thank you.
Thank you, Yahaira. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. What a dazzling performance, and that's just a little snippet of what we can expect here with the City of McAllen and, of course, here at the McAllen Performing Arts Center. I want to recognize all of you for being here, but especially all of our special honored guests, including all of our elected officials with the City of McAllen, the Honorable Omar Quintanilla, the Honorable Sebi Haddad. Thank you so much for being here, for your support, for all of our initiatives, and of course, as introduced earlier, our city manager. I'd like to thank all of our city directors who are a part of this and help support the initiatives here at the McAllen Performing Arts Center and at the McAllen Convention Center. And of course, to all of our media partners who help to make sure that not only McAllen, but the entire Rio Grande Valley and South Texas are informed of all of the great and wonderful events happening here. This performance season could not be possible without our sponsors. And so key to that is, of course, our partner in just about everything, the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for everything that you do to support the City of McAllen to ensure that we have initiatives like this. And one of the main sponsors for this season is the McAllen International Airport. And so we are really excited to have that partnership. It makes sense for what they are doing and bringing in visitors into our community and helping us to help see the world. And we know that that will facilitate a lot of visitors coming into McAllen to see the wonderful performances here at the McAllen Performing Arts Center. So thank you so much to Liz and her great team there. Thank you to the McAllen International Airport. To continue on with today's show, I'd like to bring up the Honorable Omar Quintanilla.
Good morning, everyone. What a great day it is today. The performing arts will always have a home in the city of McAllen. From our school auditoriums to the grand stage of the McAllen Performing Arts Center, we welcome artists to express themselves through music and movement. Because every time a child experiences a performance as part of an audience, they are inspired to dream, practice, and to rise to take the stage someday. As we look towards the future of McAllen's commitment to cultivating the arts, we first honor the artists who inspired us through their exceptional talent and artistic vision. Melba Huber founded Melba's School of Dance in the city of McAllen in 1958. Her pioneering work as an artist and a teacher sparked a community to embrace the art of dance in South Texas. Melba's gift for inspiring and instructing dancers created a legacy that spans the globe. We are proud to honor Melba Huber today with the proclamation. It gives me great honor to present the following proclamation. Whereas on May 9th, 1960, Melba's Dance was the first event at the McAllen Civic Auditorium. And whereas this year marks the 63rd anniversary of the opening of McAllen's first building designed to teach dance, Melba's School of Dance. And whereas Melba Huber has built her dance business into the largest dance complex in the Rio Grande Valley, consisting of multiple dance studios. And whereas Melba's School of Dance has performed to assist community projects, including the opening of the McAllen Civic Center in 1960. And whereas in 1971, Melba Huber established the McAllen Dance Theater Company and the first competitive gymnastic team in the Rio Grande Valley. And whereas Melba Huber was a pioneer in our community by leading the performing arts endeavors and setting the stage for other performers. Now therefore I, Omar Quintanilla, City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, Texas, by the virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim May 9th, Melba Huber Dance Day. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
I wasn't planning on speaking. I am Julie Doyle Reyes. I'm the director of Melba's Dance, and I have been with Melba since, well, I was with Melba since 1987. We lost her this year, but she was a trailblazer in our community and led the way and paved the way for the arts in the Valley by fostering a love for the arts for children in our community. And we're going to continue that legacy and make her proud. So thank you for this honor. I appreciate it.
As the City Commission, we formally invite our residents, guests, and their families to join us for an unforgettable season at the McAllen Performing Arts Center.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you to Melba's Dance for continuing the legacy started by Melba Huber. We look forward to all of those performances. Before I continue, I would also like to recognize Assistant City Manager, Mr. Joe Vera. Sorry, Mr. Vera, I got blinded by the dazzling lights here. To talk a little bit more about why this is so important, Broadway and the Performing Arts Center, what it brings here to McAllen and to the Rio Grande Valley, I'd like to bring up, again, Mr. Rodriguez.
Boots are too big. So did you notice he said 1987? Is that right, 1987? You've been with her since 1987? Yeah. Wow, it's great to see people that look really, really young like me after so many years. It's awesome, so awesome. Thank you. So the performing arts have been, or have had deep roots in the city of McAllen. Can you believe this stage I am standing on right now is the actual piece of the McAllen Civic Center Auditorium's original stage that we carved out. On this stage, Melba's dance troupe opened the facility on May 9th, 61, as you heard. Anyone who takes this stage can feel the history beneath their feet. At this time, I would like to ask Julie to come back up so that I can formally present this iconic piece. This is another piece. Iconic piece of history that was also part of the original McAllen Civic Center.
Thank you.
It's a history of talent, effort, and a love for the arts that lives here in the city of McAllen Performing Arts Center. We are standing within a finely tuned instrument engineered to carry acoustic perfection to every seat in the house. The McAllen Performing Arts Center is a destination for performances at the highest level of talent and production. This instrument will generate over $60 million of economic impact this year alone, this season alone. And more importantly, bring our community and valued guests experiences and memories they will always treasure. McAllen is a leading champion of the performing arts thanks to the work of hundreds within our community, McAllen team members, and community partners. Let's give them all a round of applause, starting with Judy. Thank you. And because it's happening in McAllen, our team will continue to make it a safe and accessible experience for everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get this show started.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. We do look forward to getting that show started, and I would like to bring up Mr. Joe Kozin for a little bit more details about getting that show started.
Good morning. My name is Joe Kozin. I'm the Vice President, Head of Programming for Innovation, Arts, and Entertainment. Our history runs deep with the City of McAllen and the McAllen Performing Arts Center. We are the producer of the Live in McAllen and Broadway McAllen series here at the McAllen Performing Arts Center. And we are back. It's kind of a term that's become overused the past few months, but as far as the performing arts industry, we were the first to close. We actually had a performance scheduled back in March 15th of 2020 that had to cancel at the last minute. I'm proud to announce today that we've been able to find a new date that we feel confident in that show for today, along with 10 other shows that we're going to be bringing to the McAllen Performing Arts Center over the next year. We're a resilient industry, and we're excited to be making up for lost time. Before we announce our official lineup for the 21-22 season, I just want to thank all of our key city partners, officials, the McAllen Society for the Performing Arts, the North Park Lexus Rio Grande Valley, and all the team members that have made it possible for us to operate here in McAllen and continue to bring the best of live entertainment to this stage. Thank you. So without any further delay, we are excited to announce another memorable lineup of premium Broadway shows and concerts. I believe we're going to throw them up on the screen here. First is $1 Million Quartet Christmas. It's with Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, reimagined for the holiday tradition. Next we have Mannheim Steamroller Christmas. Chip Javis's Hallmark of the Holiday is making its McAllen debut. And we have Rent, one of our shows from the 1920 season that has found a new date in March of 2022. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl's amazing title, Come and Get McAllen's Golden Ticket, next March. Beautiful, that's another show that's postponed from the 1920 season. Come and see it on June 2nd here on this stage. Cirque Musica Spectacular, this holiday smash hit returns to the stage after its sold-out performance, and it's reimagined as a spectacular in this holiday season. The Mavericks, they're celebrating the release of their 4th album and 3 decades in their En Español World Tour this February. Disney Princess, the concert, the enchanting tales of Disney princesses are finally coming to the stage, all under one show. Come and see it on February 7th. The Simon and Garfunkel Story, a full live band performing all the band's major hits. Come and see it on March 7th. And the Fab Four, the best Beatles tribute band out there. We're excited to have them here this coming May. I think we also missed one title in there. It's the Oscar-winning film that's been reimagined for the stage, the timeless love story that celebrates triumph over adversity, An Officer and a Gentleman. Once again, thank you all so much for being here. It's been a pretty tough 2 years for our industry. I know a lot of people in this room, for all of us. And we're just really excited to be bringing joy back into people's lives It's something that means a great deal to us. We couldn't do it without all of you. Thank you very much, and we're looking forward to having you out here this season.
Thank you, Joe, for such a great lineup for these visiting shows for our upcoming season. As you have heard today, the arts are thriving in South Texas, and our regional partners help us to continue to grow. At this time, I'd like to officially announce that we have 3 additional series coming to the McAllen Performing Arts Center this season. We have the McAllen Community Concerts. The McAllen Community Concerts started 67 years ago. It's our longest running performing arts season. I'd love to introduce Ms. Pat Hudson-Puller, the Executive Director. She has done fantastic things for our community, and we're really happy to be able to bring this season back. We announced that Melba Huber's dance company was a first dance inside the McAllen Civic Auditorium, and the McAllen Community Concerts were the first concert at the McAllen Civic Center. So we're excited to bring them back with 6 performances, sorry. We also have the Town Band Concerts, formerly known as the Wind Ensemble, and the Valley Symphony Orchestra, represented by the Executive Director, Ms. Katie Coy. They have 6 performances starting this October, starting with their Super Strings. They have their fantastic Christmas concert, A Touch of Frost, their 70th anniversary concert, and of course, my favorite, their Star Wars concert, April 29th. In addition to these performances, we also have a lineup of over 50 events this season at the McAllen Performing Arts Center. We'll start with this September with Shenyang next week. Zoe. We have some plays, Divorciémonos, Mi Amor, Teo González, Devotional, The Depeche Mode Experience, Diego El Cigala, Elefante y Inspector, Felipe Esparza, Unmasked, Michelangelo, A Different View art exhibit, which will be running for 4 weeks, the Valley Symphony Orchestra, Mariachi Vargas de Tecatitlán, MC Magic Lost in Love Tour, ¿Por qué los hombres aman? Sorry. We have our city annual festival, Fiesta de Palmas, David Bisbal, John Pardee, Pimpinela, Cristian Castro Hits Tour, El Tri, El JJ, 2+2, Camilo, Mis Manos Tour, which sold out in 3 minutes, $1 Million Quartet, Café Tacuba, Mario Aguilar, Intocable, La Oreja de Van Gogh, Signo, and Chris Perez, Se los cargó el payaso. Of course, the Nutcracker performed by the Rio Grande Valley Ballet. I'd like to announce that they are actually on their 49th season, and I'd like to introduce Miss Deborah Case. I asked Deborah what they're planning to do for their 50th season, and we will be having a live orchestra, so we're very excited about the Nutcracker performing their 50th season. And as you might have noticed, I've introduced all female trailblazers for the performing arts, so that's very exciting how females are leading the industry here in McAllen and opening the doors for other females to lead the performing arts. We have Tuba Christmas, and like Joe mentioned, Mannheim Steamroller, Cirque Musica. We have a 4-week run of John Milton, Black Market Trust, the Mavericks, the Disney Princess Concert that Joe mentioned. Let's Rock Broadway. We are announcing for the first time today Kansas, which I'm very excited about. Rob Schneider, the comedian, this is going to be amazing also. The Russian ballet, Swan Lake. Daniel Habib, an officer and a gentleman. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Taylor Red. And the list goes on, and so we're really, really excited to be able to present these events. It was a difficult year and a half for us, but we're coming back with a record number of events. And so when I say that the arts are back and better than ever, we really mean it. We have an incredible lineup, and this doesn't happen by itself. We have an incredible team of partners and promoters and clients that we work with. And they believe in the city of McAllen, they believe in the McAllen Performing Arts Center, and they continue to bring quality content to us. So we're really fortunate here in McAllen to work with such amazing people that bring such amazing content to the performing arts and raise our culture to the next level. I haven't introduced one of our big Hispanic promoters, Alberto Alcázar. Alberto is doing some fantastic things. He started here in McAllen, but now he's touring the entire United States, bringing the biggest shows. Of course, he doesn't forget us here in McAllen, and he has brought over 50 shows to the McAllen Performing Arts Center, the McAllen Civic Center, the McAllen Convention Center, and our partnership continues to grow. So thank you for everything that you do for us, for the shows that you bring, and continue to bring them, because we're excited and we'll continue to purchase tickets. The last thing I wanted to mention, which is something that came to my attention last week, is something that I find incredibly inspirational. And inspiration starts small. And like anything, it then starts to grow, and it needs room to grow. A few years ago, there was a young theater student that found room to grow right here in the Rio Grande Valley. He explored for his love for the arts and then went to graduate to the University of Texas at Austin School of Theater in 2016. He has been seen as Aries in the national tour of The Lightning Thief, and Moritz in our very own All-Star Theater's production of The Spring Awakening. And he's now touring internationally with the anniversary company of Rent as an understudy for the lead character of Mark. Christopher Montalvo, who is a graduate of Sherryland, was inspired for more because of moments just like today. We're so proud of him and of his accomplishments, and that's why we do what we do. We're able to inspire people that are sitting in our audience. We're able to inspire people that are on this stage, and they're growing, and they are growing in the performing arts. So we truly believe that an investment in the arts is an investment in our future, and I'm so proud of our city for investing in the arts. Thank you for being a part of our story here at the McAllen Performing Arts Center today, tomorrow, and for many years to come. Thank you so much.